Hello and welcome. I'm so happy to see all of you here and happy so many of you could join us. I am Teresa Engel-Young. I'm the Director of Seeker Advertising and Communications here at United Methodist Communications.
I'm Craig Catlett. I'm a Training and Development Specialist for United Methodist Communications.
And we're here today to talk about our Advent and January resources and give you an idea about how to use them, different ways to use them, and all the things we have available. But first, I want you to do something for me if you haven't already. If you go to your screen and you see the box there where you can see the video, if you move down here to this lower right-hand corner and hover over that, it says full screen. And when you click that, it will enlarge the screen so that you can see everything really super well. So that might be a better viewing experience for you if you'd like to do that. So let's just jump right in. We have a lot of things to talk about this morning, and we're going to start with all the different designs we have. First of all, we listened to your feedback asking for more options. So this year we're offering 4 different designs, and we're also giving you the option of uploading your own artwork. So I want to begin today by taking a quick look at each of the designs. This is the gold box design. This design is the only one that offers a selfie stand and a banner from Outreach, but I'll talk more about that in just a second. This is our most traditional offering this year. This is the Mary Jesus design, which is a stylized take on a classic nativity scene. We're finding this one to be a really popular download so far. This is the wood with gray background. It's simple and elegant, and it has that great manger with the A in it for Christmas. So I think that's a really clever option. And then this is probably our most contemporary design. It's called the wood grain with tree and snow, and it has sort of a folksy contemporary vibe. So we hope that there's really something for everyone, but keep in mind, if you have your own designs, you can also use those. So let's talk about the print resources. All of these are available to order at outreach.com/UMC. And for a very limited time, we're offering $400 on the Outreach site to help you get as many resources as possible. But when that runs out, it's gone, right, Craig?
You know it.
So we're going to show you how to use all these different resources, and the first one is the door hanger. The door hanger is a great grassroots campaign. If you've got a youth group, send them out. We've got invitation cards, we have a selfie stand, which I'll show you in just a second. We have an outdoor banner, and again, those are available only in the gold design. This is what the selfie stand looks like. Now you can customize it at the top with your church logo, or you can use the cross and flame if you don't have a logo. You can put your church URL in there, and then you can invite people or groups or individuals to stand in front of it and hold up the little deck that we're also including in the downloads and take their picture. And then you can put that up on social media or ask them to put it up on social media to help drive people to your worship services and create excitement. And so you might put something, for instance, on one of the cards that says, hashtag Christmas 2017 Memorial UMC. I'm going to show you how to use that. So this is an example from the selfie deck. So you would print these out, as many as you need, and people can write on them whatever they want, or you can have something that you want to print out on that. Now, here is our Minister of Online Engagement, Ryan Dunn, and he is out of town today doing a training thing in Ohio. So he's put on his card, Miss You. Now, if you can imagine that with the selfie stand behind it, we just didn't have the stand. But people can put all kinds of things on here. They could write, for instance, Merry Christmas instead of Miss You. Or they could write Merry Christmas from the Dunn family, or Merry Christmas from Hamilton Mill United Methodist Church, that sort of thing. So those can be customized any way you want. But I'm really excited too about the free downloads. You can also get those online at outreach.com/UMC. And so in the hopes of making Advent and Christmas and beyond easier for you, we've included a ton of resources. First of all, you can get bulletin covers in all 4 of the designs. You can get worship graphics, which include a main slide and 4 additional variation slides for you to put scripture on or song lyrics and that sort of thing. We have website images for you in CinemaScope and Classic and widescreen. So if you use an image on your website, we've got you covered. And we've got a great social media program this time with a downloadable calendar. We have things you can actually use on your social media, including images and videos and even the posts themselves that you can customize or use them as they are. And we've done a lot of the heavy lifting on the graphics, so you can just download those and use those immediately. And Craig's going to go over a lot of that in just a second. Of course, we have the selfie stand, which I talked about, and sermon starters with 2 different options. So we're really trying to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you in this Advent season. Now, the e-calendar and the how to use document are really the places you want to start when you download things. But again, Craig's going to go over all that in just a second. Really exciting is this year we're including 15 and 30-second videos, and those videos are also going to be used in our national TV campaign and our digital campaign that you can use in social media or in worship. And then we also have a longer format video that can be used in worship. And then we're really excited, if you haven't heard about it yet, about our Advent tour. We will be on the road in December with a tour that crisscrosses a large part of the U.S., spreading Christmas cheer and inviting people to church. You can think of it sort of as a rolling, inviting invitation to church. And you can find out more about how to participate with that at umcom.org/Advent tour. This is what that Advent truck is going to look like, sort of a conception of it. And we're very excited about this. And even if the tour is not stopping in your city, there are some great ways that you can participate, and I would encourage you to check that out. And again, that's umcom.org/Advent-tour. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about the sermon starters. We have 2 options. The first is a lectionary-based series that uses 4 bumper videos, 1 for each week of Advent, if you're able to show those. And if you're not, you can certainly use those on social media. And then we have a non-lectionary based sermon series as well that has a 1.5-minute video with it, and you can pull out any of several suggested themes each week and pick your own scripture. So this gives you a lot of flexibility in your sermon preparation. But I'm most excited about our January sermon series, which is called Questions. This was one of our most successful advertising campaigns this year, and we have great videos to go along with that. So we're including in that those bumper videos, detailed sermon notes, social media support, and we're supporting you with a national advertising campaign. So we're trying to drive people to local United Methodist churches, and we know how exhausting the Christmas and Advent season is for clergy and staff. So Discipleship Ministries teamed up with us to do this great January sermon series so that you can start advertising that during Advent. And that will not only bring people to your services during Advent, but it will bring them back in January. So I think that's one of the most exciting parts of our package this year, and it is something new. But I think the most exciting addition to our resources this year is the social media calendar. So I'm going to turn things over to Craig Catlett, and he's going to walk you through the ordering process and tell you how to use that downloadable social media calendar.
So we keep all of our resources on outreach.com/UMC. So if you get on the web and you navigate to this site, you can see all of our Advent resources we have here. We have several styles for you to choose from. It's not one size fit all. We know that, so just find one that fits you. Down at the bottom, we have free downloadable resources packages. Each package will have several resources. Once you find the one that you like, you click on it, and then you have an opportunity to download it to a cart. So it's just like shopping online with any of the big retailers. You just add everything to a cart. I've selected a few things here, and then I realized, well, if I download all of these at once, it's going to take an awfully long time, and I'll have a lot to dig through. So I took one of those away, and then you just proceed to checkout. Outreach.com will ask you for your shipping information. Don't let the shipping thing throw you off. They're just going to send it to you, and you're going to download it. There's a checkout. You look at your order summary. You see what you have there. And then they'll give you an order number, so you know it's official. If you look at the bottom right-hand side, you'll see that you didn't pay anything for these today. And then Outreach.com asks you, hey, will you please fill out a survey to let us know how we did? And then you'll get an email with all of your downloads in it. So I navigated to my email here when I did it, and whoop, there you go. Everything that I ordered is there, and you'll see the clickable links where you can download the content. After you've downloaded the content to your computer, it'll be right there in whichever folder you stuck it in. I'm going to click on the first one right there for social media, and I'm going to explore and look at all the different memes that I have that I can use to let people know what we have going on at our church this Christmas. Here's one of the memes that you can use for social media. It's formatted for social media. Too early to talk Christmas? What excites you most about the Advent season? And they're all a little bit like that. I can tell you firsthand that social media can be a lot of work. So we have created a comprehensive social media plan that invites your congregation to engage with the series both before and after each weekend. Trying to say something engaging and thoughtful in 140 characters or less is challenging, so we're supplying all of your social media posts and a calendar of when to post them. At the top of the screen, you see the social media files folder. All the post attachments, like videos and memes, are in the first file. The highlighted file beneath the social media files is the social media calendar. This file provides the updates to whatever existing calendar you're already using on your computer, like Google Calendar, iCalendar, or Outlook. Underneath all of these file folders, you can see the Word document with instructions on how to download the social media calendar. I was a little intimidated at first when I tried to do it because I'd never integrated a calendar before, but I did it on the first try, so feel free to give that a shot. Once it's uploaded, you'll see that we begin with promotional social media posts in November. Each one meant to introduce readers to the upcoming series and invite them to start talking about it. Once Advent begins, we move into a rhythm of 2 or 3 posts a week. One inviting readers to attend the sermon series, the next being a possible sermon quote or something like that, and finally a follow-up question to keep people engaging with the material. We've numbered each post, so it's easy to keep them in order. If you choose not to use the calendar program, a Word doc with dates and posts has been included. We've also supplied a video or picture to go with each post. Because posts that don't have visuals, the numbers show they aren't as likely to be noticed. On the slide in front of you, you see an actual snapshot of one of our calendar entries from the social media calendar. We've provided the text for your post, and we've included an area for you to plug your service times in. You also receive some guidance on what media to use in your social media post. Since this is your 4th post, you will include, in this example, the media marked Video 4. What you see on the screen in front of you now is a Facebook post we're in the middle of creating. We've copied the text from the social media calendar and pasted the copy in the space provided. Next, we click on the photo video section where the arrow is to pull in Video 4 from the Everything Social Media folder we showed you earlier. The follow-up posts for each week are meant to keep congregants engaged with the sermon content. This post asks a question and includes a hashtag to keep the conversation going. The questioning series we've made available for January follows this same format. Teresa was talking about that earlier. You've probably got some questions, and we likely have some answers for you. As we've been talking, questions have been coming in through the live chat feature. If you haven't been contributing questions at this point, somewhere on your screen you should see a red button that says chat. You can start sending those questions in now. That's fine. We're going to look at a few questions that have been coming in while we've been talking.
Yeah, so Craig, I think one of the questions that came in that is really interesting is they want to know if on the social media, can they use that content to create a boosted post? And could you talk a little bit about what a boosted post is?
Sure, yeah. You can use all that content for a boosted post. I mean, you're just taking the content, and if you've created an admin page, an administrative page for your church Facebook page, you have an option in the Insight section. So if you have ever seen the Insight section, you have an option from there to where you can pay a little bit of money. Some churches just do $5, and they target specific audiences, age demographics, things like that. Sometimes it's in a certain area, a certain mile radius. And you just, when you boost that post, you're paying Facebook to move that post at or near the top of someone's Facebook feed in that demographic. So if you're taking any of these images, like the one we use in an example where we're pulling Video 4 and we're putting that in our Facebook post, and we've copied the text from our calendar, stuck it in there for that day. We go to the insight section, just the boost section. You boost the post, and it's going to reach a certain number of people for a certain amount of money. And they're going to tell you how much that is. Sometimes $5 on a boosted post can get you 1,500 people. But they'll tell you that. You don't have to spend, $50 or $500 on a post. We don't really spend that here at United Methodist Communications usually on a post. And we still get lots of results. So short answer is yes, and that's also what boosting is.
Yeah, Craig, another question that we're getting is someone wants to know, can you show us exactly how to download the calendar and that sort of thing? Now, we can't show you how to download it to your calendar because it's different depending on what you use, but I can show you where to find it. So if you go to outreach.com/UMC and then you go under those sermon tools and you add it all to the cart, you're going to see, and I'll just walk you through the whole checkout process. So I've added it to the cart. And then I'm going to go to the cart, and this was, I believe, in your video as well. And we're going to check out. Now, I'm not going to go through all of that, but what I will do is go to my downloads and show you where you'll find that. So if I go back into my downloads, I believe I have the social media calendar somewhere under here, but that's where you'll find it. It will download it for you. Then you will pull it up and download that file onto your computer, and then follow the instructions in the how-to document about how to integrate it into your particular calendar.
And I pulled the how-to document, and that's how I did it. And so, I mean, the only really, I guess you might say, tricky thing about it is just making sure you pick the right calendar, because there's one for, Apple, and there's one for PCs, and it'll tell you in the document which one that you need depending on what computer you have, and then you just pull it in. There's a section for whatever calendar you have, be it Google or Outlook. There's when you go under the File button, there's a section where you just pull in a calendar, and it'll identify the one that you've downloaded to your computer, and you just pull it in. It's not too bad.
Yeah, and keep in mind, we've also included a printable calendar. So even if you don't want to integrate that into your digital calendar, you can still print out that list of what the posts are and then go back into that social media file that Craig showed us earlier,
right.
and find those posts in there and then upload them.
Yeah, that was useful. I actually I printed that calendar off too, the one that's not integrated. It's just a Word doc, and you pull that out, and it'll show you on what day this is the text you use for that day, and this is the media that you pull for that day. It's super helpful.
Fantastic. So another question that we have is on the Build Your Own template, is there anyone I can reach out to for help? Absolutely. So if you have your own artwork or you've already conceptualized your Advent programs and you're not going to use one of our designs, that's fine. You can still use that $400 code. So you can still get a lot of free resources, and you can do one of two things. You can either email customer service at outreach.com, or you can call 1-800-991-6011. So that's 1-800-991-6011. And that way they can walk you through the process, and they are really great about doing that. And so the other thing I want to tell you about that $400 code that we're offering is it's a one-time use. So once you go in, be ready to order. So have your things like your church URL, have your address and your phone number, have your method of payment in case you go over the $400. Because once you check out and use that code, you cannot go back in and use it again. So it's a one-time use. And again, it's limited availability, but we hope everybody on this call will hang up from here and order some things from that. All right, another great question. How do you get a congregation that hasn't been involved with social media to interact and engage via social media? I think using that selfie stand would be a great thing. And even if you don't want to buy the selfie stand, if you print off those little decks, those little cards where people can write Merry Christmas, and you stand there with your phone and you take a picture of them, and then you put it up.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
They're going to want to tag all their friends in that picture, or you can show them how to do it, and maybe that's an opportunity for you to, help them understand how to use social media.
Yeah, and this is a question. I pointed this question here. I wanted to make sure we addressed it because as I go out and do trainings on social media, this is a question I get all the time: is I want to learn about social media, and I want to try to get it started, but my congregation, they're not native to it. So you're not alone in your question, and it's a nationwide problem, depending on how you look at it, if you want to get started there. But so again, you're not alone, and ultimately leadership has to kind of pitch it from a very public place and then try to get the people to buy in. But showing them how to do it is what really gets the ball rolling.
Right, and creating a custom hashtag for your church. So for instance, hashtag Advent 2017 or hashtag Christmas 2017, and then the name of your church, that also really gets people excited and they know what to do. And sometimes I've even in my congregations had people stop during the worship service, pull out their phones, turn them on, and I've asked them all to either tweet or put on Facebook something that I'm making a specific ask. Another great question, does the social media calendar include the January sermon series? And the answer is yes. So again, we've got you covered from Thanksgiving until the end of January. You can literally take the materials we're giving you and fill that entire 2-month period.
You might get to relax during the holidays.
You might get to relax a little bit during the holidays.
I know.
Let's see. Can I use Hootsuite to schedule the social media post? You absolutely can, and I would encourage you to do that. Those of you who don't know what Hootsuite is, it's just a way to pre-schedule your post. Can you explain the selfie stand and how to use it? Yes. So the selfie stand, and I'm going to go back to that slide so I can show it to you. The selfie stand is nothing more really than a tall banner. Let me get back to it. Sorry, I went too far. So it's really nothing more than a tall banner that stands up behind people, and it provides a backdrop. So this is it. It's a backdrop for people to stand in front, and then they hold up this card, which you can also print off and customize from our resources. And you would put, instead of hashtag UMC, hashtag Rethink Church, you might put hashtag First UMC Union County, or whatever the name of your church is. And then people can write in that blank space, Merry Christmas from Craig and the Catlets, or Merry Christmas from the Young family, or Merry Christmas, we love you from our church, or we hope you'll come visit us, or whatever they want to put. And you just take a picture of them while they're standing in front of the selfie stand or standing in front of any backdrop, holding up one of these cards. And then you ask them to post it on social media, or you ask them for permission to post it on your church's page.
And so about how big is the selfie stand?
The selfie stand is a little bit taller than the average person. So it's about a person size.
Okay, all right.
About an adult person size.
Good deal.
Let's see other questions.
I think that's most of the ones. I think we've addressed just about every one now.
Yeah, I think we have too, so we must have done an awesome job.
I think it's so. We must be very clear.
Yes. So I do want to, before we close today, I do want to give you a couple of other resources. I'll have to go back through my slides and you get to see Ryan's lovely face again. But I do want to emphasize that you can get that $400 code at outreach.com/UMC. It's right there on the page. You'll see it at the very top when you get there. And so that's the code that you will use when you check out. It's good for one time only. And I would encourage you to use it right up to the $400 mark. So I know I've been going in and looking, and some people are only getting like $100 worth of stuff or $60 worth of things. And my concern is that maybe you're thinking you can go back in and use it again, and you can't. So actually, let me just get out of here and get down to this a little bit quicker. So my recommendation is that you go in and look at what Outreach is offering, you pick the design you want, you decide what might be most helpful to you, and then you use as much of that $400 as you can possibly use.
There you go.
And but keep in mind, most of the resources are free. So the sermon series and all of those things, the social media calendar, the sermon graphic slides, the videos, all of those things are free. We do not charge for those. The only thing that you would be paying for would be the selfie stand, banners if you want them, postcards, invite cards, and door hangers. So use that money. It's money you raised in your local church, and we are happy to be good stewards of that money, and we want you to be able to use that to engage more people to come to your church. So a couple of things. If you want more marketing help, we have some fantastic tools. The church marketing tool offers step-by-step instructions for creating a strategy that will put your church in touch with more people. So that is something that you can absolutely take advantage of. And then do you want to talk about website grants, Craig?
Sure, absolutely. I've been involved with the website grant a little bit. I'm part of the process, actually. Your church, if you're looking at your website, not too thrilled with it, sometimes they need to be updated, we can help you with that whole process. You can apply for a website grant, and in that grant you get training. We're going to help take care of your hosting here at United Methodist Communications. I will oftentimes come out on location. Usually a district of churches will get together and say, hey, let's revamp our whole district, all of our websites. And I'll go out and I can walk you through a day-long training of how to build a site in WordPress. So the website development grant is a super helpful way to get you started, to get you where you need to be, if you don't know where to start especially.
But Craig, my understanding is it's not just for people who don't have a website, it's if you want to upgrade your website,
Thank
right?
you. Well, a lot of that, well, that's true. Some people, usually someone has some type of website at some point. And so if you just want to get your website to look even more modern, we can help you with that. You can switch your hosting. So we take people that have no website and we can help you there. And then people that have a website, and we can also help you there. We can also switch that over and get you started in revamping your website, modernizing it, that type of thing.
Yeah, and so one of the things I want to do just real quickly before we get off today, and we're trying to be respectful of your time and keep this to 30 minutes, but I do want to go to outreach.com and just sort of give you a little bit of an overview about where you find things. As you can see, there's always a little box that pops up here that says live support. How can we assist you? You can chat with them online. You can call the 800 number that I gave you. You can email them for help. But I do want to show you just a really brief, since we have a couple of minutes, because we did such an awesome job explaining all of this, I do want to show you, there is that $400 of product free code. So you're just going to click that. It will give you a code. That's what you're looking for. And I want all of you on this call to do this today. Let's overload the outreach site and go ahead and get those done. But as you can see, we have our own page. So here are the 4 designs. There's the Christmas gold. So there are the postcards, the invitation cards, and the door hangers, the bulletin covers, the posters. You can buy sleeve banners, and then, of course, the outdoor banners, or you can use those indoors. There's the Mary and Baby. They're available in those 3 things. Here's the one that has that wonderful stylized manger, the A in the manger, and then, of course, the very contemporary wood pattern. And then here's where you would upload your own art, where you can still get the $400 to help you with that, to help you with design fees or buying the products. And so that's where you can do that. That's where you upload your own art if you have it. And then, and there is a design fee for that. It's a $59 design fee. And then down here at the bottom is where you can download all of those free resources. So here are all the Advent sermon tools. Here are all the January sermon tools. Here's the whole Christmas gold design set. That's every single thing. Worship graphics, door hangers, everything. If you wanted to have them printed locally, you could, although why would you? Because we're giving you $400. And then here's everything in the Mary and Baby design set, everything in the white wood design set, everything in the regular wood design set. And all you do is hit download, add those to your cart, and do the checkout process. So it's down here where you can get all the free resources. And then as you can see up here is where if you say wanted to order postcards in this design, you would simply click on that and it's going to ask you a series of questions about customization. You're going to put that in. You're going to tell them how many you want. As you can see, you can get 500 for $99. So see, you haven't even started spending the $400, right, Craig?
Exactly.
You still have tons of money left. And you can have the option of either saying, I want to mail those, and you can pay them to do the mailing, or you can just ask them to send them to you and you can hand those out. And here's where you can learn more about how much they charge to do your direct mail. So it's very simple. If you have any questions about how to order on the outreach site, then I would encourage you to go to that outreach page and they will be happy to walk you through everything. So here's how you can get in touch with us. If you have interest in those local church grants, you can go to umcom.org/services-products /local-church-grants. That's a mouthful.
It is. You can also get in touch with me at training@umcom.org, which is slightly easier.
Yes, so you can do training@umcom.org. You can also get in touch with me, Teresa Engel Young, at tyoung@umcom.org if you have questions. Or you can get in touch with our Minister of Online Engagement, Ryan Dunn, who is out of town today at rdunn@umcom.org. And honestly, if you have questions about how to use social media, get in touch with Ryan. If you have questions about other resources, get in touch with me. If you have questions about training, get in touch with Craig. And if you have questions about the Outreach products, please contact Outreach directly. So I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been so much fun to be with all of you. I really hope and pray that these resources are a gift to you and a blessing to you and your congregation at Christmas time and in the coming year. And if there are things you want, products you want, training you want us to develop, any way that we can help you, that's why we're here. So please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. Thank you so much and have a wonderful and blessed day.
Thanks, everyone.